Hey, what's up, guys? And I'm gonna do, well, not I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna do a playoff preview of the Western and Eastern Conference Finals with my brother.
Yay, that's me.
So we're gonna do a dual com sort of thing. Jack, which series do you want to start off with?
OKC and Spurs, to be honest.
Right, we'll start off with the Thunder and the Spurs then. First of all, and in fact, no, we'll talk through the matchups first. What do you think can win it for the Spurs in this series?
Tony Parker's offense and Ginobili's shots have got to be critical.
Okay. I really think that the Spurs bench can contribute to this because the Thunder's bench don't really have a lot of scoring. Tony Parker, if he can stop Russell Westbrook from getting to the rim, and if Westbrook continues to just jack up stupid shots in transition, then that's how the Spurs can win the series.
What's got to happen is Spurs have got to use their bench and Tim Duncan
Yeah,
to
definitely.
get up, and Tony Parker's got to get some crucial passes.
Yep.
For leads and like when they're behind a bit.
Yeah, I think the pick and roll offense will help the Spurs in this series. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Ibaka and Perkins really can't defend that. So, yeah, Durant can really go to work on Steven Jackson, but actually at the time of recording, the Spurs were actually up 1-0. They won last night by 3. And in that game, Steven Jackson played absolutely great defense on Kevin Durant. He's played for the Spurs before. He knows how to play. Very experienced guy, and that's what can win it for the Spurs. So I think for the Spurs, we are going to say that defense and the bench and Tony Parker is going to win it for the Spurs. Yep.
If they win.
They will win.
Yeah, they'll win.
So, are you ready? Predictions. First of all, which team?
I'm gonna go with OKC.
OKC. You
Yeah.
think OKC are taking it? How many games?
I think it's gonna go right to Game 7.
Game 7. OKC in 7.
Yeah.
So you reckon OKC going to get to Game 7 and then win Game 7 in San Antonio and upset everyone?
Yeah.
Right, well I'm actually going the Spurs in 6. If I had to put my money on it at the end of the day,
4-2.
the Spurs experience, 4-2. The Spurs in 6 games. Which leads us to our Eastern Conference Finals, the really unexpected Eastern Conference Finals, should I say. Who expected the Heat to get past the Pacers when they went down 3-1? The Pacers, if they'd have won Game 4, then they would have got past Miami. But Chris Bosh, and you beat the Pacers in 6 games. This is serious now for the Miami Heat.
I thought it was no Chris Bosh, no championship. Without him, I didn't think we'd win the championship, but now we've got 50.
Especially with how well Roy Hibbert was playing in the Pacers Heat series.
Definitely.
If they use Roy Hibbert more,
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to do? Haslam, Pittman, Turiaf. It's just
Howard,
they haven't really got any big men.
38.
Miami, apart from Chris Bosh, and he's missing. And that's where this series can be won for the Celtics. Kevin Garnett.
And we really needed a power forward or centre for the Heat, but we didn't get one before trade deadline, and it's just going to be hard for us to get past the Celtics, and I think it's 50-50, because
Yeah, it could go
Avery
either way.
or anyone.
Yeah, no Avery, no. I'd rather Avery, Bradley, and Chris Bosh play rather than both of them sit out, because it kind of weakens the teams.
And Rex the series.
What?
Really.
Yeah, I bet, yeah. And I think the key for Miami is forced turnovers, and the Miami Heat fast break is at times just scary, how fast they get up and down the court.
Everyone knows that we haven't got the best centre in the world, or power forward,
No.
whatever position.
That's where
our players.
this series is going to be won. It's Kevin Garnett's series all over. It's written. The stage is set for Kevin Garnett to win the series. I don't think you'll see a lot of Paul Pierce this series, because he'll have a tough time guarding the best player in the world, LeBron James.
I don't think anything's going to be in it for Chalmers, because normally he can't do that much.
Well, Chalmers isn't really the point guard, you know.
No.
He doesn't walk the ball up. He doesn't play defense. He's just there to shoot the wide open free. Correct?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. My starting lineup would be for the Heat, Dwayne Wade point, Shane Battier shooting guard, LeBron James small, Udonis Haslem power, and Bosch at centre.
Yeah. But obviously,
It's Eric Spoelstra.
no Bosch, so I would actually play Anthony over Turiaf.
Yeah.
Joel Anthony.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he was
He's
good in the playoff
underrated.
run last year.
On most things. He's like a 50-something on NBA and everything. It's bullcrap, really. He
So-
should be up there with a 90-odd overall.
Anyway, I was just about to say, I would definitely play Mike Miller a lot of minutes in this series.
Oh, yeah.
Because Chalmers can't defend Rondo. For me, the Heat, I would actually start with Dwayne Wade, Mike Miller in the guards. I would put Wade on Rondo, and I would put Mike Miller on Ray Allen, because you know Ray Allen, with his ankles, his threes aren't going in.
Them two great three-point shooters going at it as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Mike Miller, he won't stop. When he starts, he won't stop shooting.
Yeah, probably the two of the best 3-point shooters in the league. So key for the Celtics, Kevin Garnett. That's all I'm gonna say, really. You know, Kevin Garnett, defense and offense, superb.
And for the Heat, when it comes to big games, LeBron James won't perform, but in everything at the minute he's performing, and I want him to carry on that, or this series is in doubt.
What I think will help the Heat as well, when Kevin Garnett, he comes off at like that 6-minute area in the first quarter. He's the first player to come off from both teams usually after 5 or 6 minutes. KG comes out every single game because Kevin Garnett, them legs are tired. Them legs, there's a lot of miles on that clock, isn't there?
Old man said.
Kevin Garnett's played a lot of NBA games. The keys for the Celtics again, Kevin Garnett and the Celtic defense. And then for Miami, it's forced turnovers, get out on the break, because Ray Allen ain't going to catch Dwayne Wade. We all know that, with his ankle problems and his heel. So yeah, Jack, predictions. I know you're gonna have to. If you had to, I'm not saying like be biased to your team, but if you had to put your money on it, who would you pick? Honestly, from a Heat fan.
In a really honest way, it would be Heat, because it depends really. It depends until you see that first game. You don't know who's going to win it, because if you see Pierce performing or not performing, LeBron performing or not performing, and if Garnett's not performing, then the team won't perform.
So, Heat in how many games?
Same again, Game 7.
7 games. Wow. I'm going to actually go 7 games, but I'm going to go with the Celtics. If we lose a game at home, that's it. Because at the end of the day, guys, it's LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. They came here to win a championship. Eventually, they are going to win a championship. Everyone knows that. They are too good not to win a championship.
No matter when it is, they're going to win it. They're going to win it.
So, yeah, guys, so Jack's prediction was OKC 7, Miami 7. Mine was Spurs 6, Celtics 7. So we both predicted different teams for each series. But we reckon that both series are going to go at least 6 games. You know, the 4 best teams are in the conference finals. So, guys, we'll catch you probably.
The only thing I forgot to say is I thought Chicago would get through.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, Derrick Rose, I know. But
and Philly were playing great.
It's like Heat without Bosch, because he's a big player. So is Derrick Rose, but. And one other thing I forgot to say is James Harden's got to perform for OKC to win it.
Yeah.
He's got to make lots of shots from 3 and 2 and getting in the lane.
So that about sums it up. We'll probably do another, like, not a preview but a review. I would say, should we say like after the first 2 games of each series, we'll do a review. So when does the second Spurs game is on Tuesday, the second Miami game is on Wednesday, so we'll probably do a video on Wednesday or Thursday. But right now we've got to go. In a bit we're going to definitely be staying up and watching the game. So yeah, guys, we will catch you later.